Hi guys, here back from Vienna, from Pax Europiana, Günther again, and let me share you this beautiful sunset in Vienna. It's a beautiful atmosphere. This is very nice country. Only problem is it's not in NATO. And I see a lot of comments here from the neutralists, from the Serbs and from the Russian agents, and they give me a lot of negative feedback because I'm for NATO. But you know, you will see ultimately only Serbia will stay neutral in Europe because it's anyhow a cover for Russian treason and for this kind of pro-Russian philosophy. Of course, in Austria, a lot of people live from Russian money, and in the real estate sector, in the finance industry, in the consulting industry, and they all love Russian money. Obviously, you know, that was the same in London, in Washington, but it's treason in war. Trading with the enemy is treason and must be punished accordingly. And staying outside of NATO to claim to be for peace is in fact moral neutrality. There are the guys in my friendship group with Kosovo who don't understand me, but in reality the truth is, if you are for Kosovo, you must be for NATO, because it's NATO that liberated and created Kosovo. Otherwise the people there would be dead or expelled, like that was the plan for Milosevic. So if you are in favor of Kosovo, obviously you must be in favor of NATO, and also Austria has no right to reject NATO membership of Kosovo or of any other country, and itself to stay outside. There is not a single intellectual reason to stay outside of NATO, which, you know, if you have any, like international organizations must be removed. That's absolutely nonsense, because also in New York and in Bonn and in Paris, there's all NATO members, they have the UN organizations. And when you think about it, ultimately, what should be the reason? What's the mission of Austria makes us different from Germany or Italy or Hungary or Slovakia, which are all in NATO? So explain me. Are we genetically neutral? Are we as a state with a special mission for some kind of peace, which we cannot anyhow enforce, nor anyhow support financially, militarily? Yeah, a meeting place? Go to Switzerland, go to Dubai, and that was in the Cold War. And you know, there was a case for neutrality in the Cold War because we got unity. I explained now in Moldova, because Moldova is also a neutral country, but it's occupied partly by Russian so-called peacekeepers. If you are occupied, you are not sovereign, you cannot be neutral. This is enforced neutrality, and in fact also Austrian neutrality was ultimately enforced because the Soviets have removed their tanks, so we agreed for neutrality, so we got our territory back. But 40 kilometers from us was the attack-ready Soviet tank divisions, you know, in the Czech Republic. And the geography of Austria is like this: you are in 1 hour in Vienna with the tanks, yeah, if you want. So what kind of neutrality that was? Obviously we were under threat of arms and attacks all the time until the Soviet Union broke. And only we could join the EU when they didn't allow it before. When the Soviet Union was gone, we were allowed to join the EU. This is the truth. This is the truth. I have published an op-ed now in the press, but we were always under threat, military or under control of Russia politically via their embassy. This is the fact. Everybody who says we are like self-declared neutrality, this was the 55 deal. We got the state treaty where the Americans have secured us, and then we accepted neutrality for them to leave, because we were so far to the east, we were anyhow not defensible for the Americans. So they said, can we get the Soviets out? Much better, no complicated arrangements. Let's test this neutrality thing. For Austria it was possible. It was anyhow only planned from the Soviets to get also the Russians, to get Germany as well, but Adenauer was too smart. So we won the Cold War because the Western German resources were with us, the free world. If Austria wants to join the free world, that's the way. If not everybody is in favor, because after I mean, most of the new Austrians here, they are coming from NATO countries. They are certainly in favor. Of course, there are these Serb immigrants who are now bringing the anti-NATO hatred to our public policy. But it's the problem with the people brainwashed in our school system and in our media system from the left, and from the nationalists. The Wehrschutz from the nationalists and the whole left media environment of Austria. They hate America, so they must hate NATO. That's the logic. That's the nationalist and socialist radicals. That's what they think. I know them very well. I know all of them. I know the Austrian situation. I have been always in it. Nobody can tell me that this is not the fact. It's the hatred against America, against capitalism of the left, and it's the anti-Semitic, anti-Americanism of the right, combined obviously. Then they find some America always for the war argument right out of the Stalin-Putin playbook, and then we are in the complete mess. Anyhow, join NATO. I have a telephone call. I will come up with more feedback later and in the coming days. Thanks a lot from Vienna, and join NATO. Bye.